And now, from Pasadena, it's CCN Sunrise with Sunita Joshua Madison, Paulo Alejandria, the Crown City News team, and the CCN Sunrise segment stars. It's time to wake up San Gabriel Valley with CCN Sunrise.
Hi everyone, and a Happy New Year to you. I'm Paulo Alejandria, and this former Midwestern beauty queen to my left is Sunita Joshua Madison. And we are excited to bring you CCN Sunrise live from Pasadena, a brand new morning show showcasing everything that makes the San Gabriel Valley great, from its world-class museums and universities to some of the people around town making a difference. This area has so many great things to offer. Isn't that right, Sunita?
That's right, Paulo, and we want to bring it all to you. There isn't another show like this anywhere on TV. A show focusing on the San Gabriel Valley and reporting on what matters to you. And what better day to start something like this than today, just in time for the world-famous Rose Parade. It's a parade like no other, and kind of fits just what we're trying to do, highlights what we're trying to do. It won't be long before flower-covered floats start marching down the streets of Pasadena. And this year's theme of the parade is Dreams Do Come True. And that matches our dream of bringing this groundbreaking morning show to you, and is making our dream a reality.
You're exactly right, Sunita. This is in fact the 125th Rose Parade put on by Honda and the 100th Rose Bowl put on by Vizio. We have a lot of great guests lined up today, as well as a behind-the-scenes look at some of the floats you're going to be seeing coming down Colorado Boulevard. So let's get things started, shall we? We're here with Pasadena Mayor Bill Bogard and former Public Information Officer Ann Erdman. Good morning, guys. Thank you for being here.
Fun to be here.
This is exciting stuff, isn't it?
Thanks for having us.
Things seem to be going so very well.
So let's just start with this parade. Does it ever get old to you? Do you love watching it all these years?
My family and I have lived in Pasadena for now 40 years. And after seeing the first one, the first year we were in town, we've never missed one since then. It's a great event.
So it's a whole tradition for you.
You
don't camp out though on the street, right?
Don't camp out. Our children did as they grew up.
Did.
They frequently then, when the parade started, went home to get some sleep. Skip the parade.
And you actually have a pretty unique perspective on the parade. You were actually on one of these floats a couple years back in 2012, weren't you?
I was in 2012 as a gift from family and friends, including Bill and Claire Bogard. I rode on the Kiwanis International float, and it was kind of a welcome back to life present from all these wonderful
Oh my gosh,
people.
that's quite the
That must have been so great, though.
It was fantastic, and from a perspective that most of the world doesn't get to see, going down that parade route. It was just
Certainly
phenomenal.
are lucky.
Paulo, I don't know if I can give you that kind of present.
Maybe one of these days. Hopefully things work out.
Well, speaking of that, we're trying to build our long tradition, but you both have been working together for about 16 years before you retired. That's longer than most Hollywood romances.
Yeah, what kind of tips do you have for us?
Marriages, not romances.
How do we make this partnership work?
He was my work husband.
Well, I want to give you both a chance to give us some of your funny stories about each other that, most people don't get to know. So I'll start with you, Ann.
Well, we were talking a few minutes ago about one of the Sister Cities trips that we took. This one was to our very first sister city of Ludwigshafen, Germany. There was no Wi-Fi at the hotel.
How do you function?
No. And but there was one and only one hardline computer in the hotel lobby. So the question was, first thing in the morning, and I mean really early, who was going to get to this computer first? Sometimes we would beat each other, and other times we would come down the elevator at the same time at, say, 4:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, you guys
are
early risers.
Computer, and so we had quite a good-natured rivalry going on.
Were there elbows flying
to
down
see
the
who was going
stairs?
to get to that computer first? And I think maybe a couple times we might have tossed a coin. I'm not sure.
You gotta make those little compromises. That's great.
Workhorses here. What about you? Do you have a story about Ann you'd like to share?
The memory that I have of Ann is how hard she worked at all hours of the day and night. So from my point of view, Ann tended to take on so many projects that she just always barely met the deadline. She always met the deadlines, but it was sometimes close, and frequently the product that I was waiting for from Ann, which is always of superb quality, came at 2:30 in the morning, 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I'd get up at my normal time
There
of
it
5
was.
o'clock and turn on my computer, and all of a sudden all this stuff is there from Ann.
She's a night owl like me. I keep trying to switch my schedule
I
and
can
I
believe
can't
that
quite
about
do
you.
it.
That's great, though.
Well, we're hearing all this background noise because there are some great classic cars driving down Pasadena. And I want to also know, like, what are some of your favorite, where are you regulars around town? You know, as far as shopping or restaurants or... I'll let you go first.
You know, Pasadena is famous for its restaurants, its hospitality industry. And I would say that I have a list of favorite restaurants. It's actually a closely guarded state secret, but there are a lot of restaurants in town, and my family and I and my friends and I enjoy trying those out. They're on South Lake, they're on Colorado Boulevard, they're on South Arroyo Boulevard.
So we just want to thank the both of you for coming along for this very special first episode of CCN Sunrise, and we look forward to seeing you guys again.
It's a pleasure to be part of this historic event.
Thank you very much,
so
guys.
We're getting especially spoiled with this beautiful weather out there. Quite a difference from those whitewashed snow and ice-scaped landscapes that we're seeing posted on Facebook. Well, that's at least what my family is posting on Facebook right now. And, you know, the weather might be beautiful with the sun shining, but traffic here in Pasadena is quite another story. So we have our weather and traffic reporter, Angela Lauren, here to give you your 5-day weather forecast and the latest street closures here. So thanks for being here.
Thanks, guys. It is beautiful today, and we do have up to 1 million people coming into Pasadena for the Tournament of Roses, and we have some good weather to greet them. For our high today, we are going to see a high of 79 to 81 degrees, so high 70s, low 80s. That's a good way to start off the year. Thursday is going to be a little warmer. We're going to see low 80s to mid 80s. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, slowly creeping to lower temperatures. Not too bad, though. Going to see a low of 46 on Sunday evening. Beautiful weather, but not beautiful traffic out there on those roads. It is a parade, so what's a parade without some street closures? The parade is going to be about a 5.5-mile parade, and it's going to start at the corner of Green Street and Orange Grove Boulevard. It's going to go east, well, going to go north on Orange Grove and then turn east onto Colorado Boulevard. That's where majority of the parade will be taking place. A lot of people there, so stay out of that area if you're not trying to see the parade. And then it's going to turn north onto Sierra Madre Boulevard and then end at Villa Street. So those are some streets that you really want to stay away from. Some surrounding streets as well. And there's also some on and off ramp closures coming from the 210 and the 134. We'll run some quick ones by you. Northbound California Avenue is going to be closed. North and southbound Del Mar Boulevard. You're going to have west and eastbound Sierra Madre Boulevard and east and westbound Orange Grove Boulevard. So lots of closures, lots of people, but beautiful weather. You can't really be mad at that.
Sounds like a typical Southern California winter's day.
I know, right? Way to start January off right,
I
right?
seriously used to be in Michigan and used to look at the map and think it was 80 degrees somewhere. I couldn't even fathom it.
I know.
So
We're a bit spoiled
sorry
to
about
start the
that.
year.
Sorry about that in the Midwest. But
You're absolutely right. All right, when we come back, we're going to take a behind the velvet ropes look at the famous Gamble House. You won't want to miss it.
Hi, I'm TK Trinidad. I'm here with Marlon Denter, Consumer Affairs Manager for Southern California Edison, and we're here to talk about the Payment Assistance Program. So a lot of people have fallen on hard times. What kind of programs do you guys have to offer?
Yeah, that's true. And I think what we want all of our customers to know is that we're here to help. So if you've fallen behind on your bill, please just let us know because we have programs and services available to help you. For instance, we have the California Alternative Rates for Energy, which is a program that's based on your income, can provide you up to 30% discount on your energy bill. So it's really worth calling us to see if you qualify. We also have something called an Energy Assistance Fund, which is something I'm really proud of being an employee here because it's our nonprofit and our shareholders and our employees work really hard to raise money for that fund all year long in order to be able to help our customers pay their bills.
And now, where can people go if they want to sign up or see if they qualify? Where can they go to check it out?
Yeah, so you can visit us on our website at www.sce.com. and click on your bill, and a lot of information there. But we also have a contact center, and they're there 24/7, 7 days a week to help you sign up for programs or to see if you qualify. And that number is 800-655-4555.
And is there any additional programs? I know you guys have a lot of programs. Is there any additional programs that you kind of want to touch on and let people know about?
You know, there aren't any programs specifically that I want to talk about, but what I want to say is, you know, before I worked here, I never would have thought the utility would have so many programs and services to help people. And if you don't call us and tell us that you need help, we don't know. So the main thing is just call us and let's see what we can do. We also can provide payment assistance, payment arrangements. I mean, there's so many things that we can do for you, but unless you call us and let us know you're having trouble, there's no way we know. So please give us a call so we can help.
Perfect. So I'm TK Trinidad. I'm here with Marlon Denter, and we're talking about the payment assistance programs.
But it would be safe to keep your distance until there's no secret that laughter makes you smile. Reliable sources say that chicken soup has found their way out of this dangerous, but they are returned.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Well, the Rose Parade is certainly the big story of the day, but here's another story making news around the San Gabriel Valley. Angela Lauren is here to tell us all about it.
Well, a story you will definitely see heating up in the new year is taking place at the Cajamonga Watershed Devil's Gate Dam. Local residents and the city of Pasadena are taking sides against the county on the best way to get rid of some dirt and sediment at the dam left from the station fire. CCN's Erica Ruiz has the story.
Everybody acknowledges this sediment's got to go, some of it.
The disagreement over removing dirt or sediment from the 2009 station fire out of the Devil's Gate Dam reservoir has more to do with the damage some residents say the LA County Public Works project could do to the area.
It will eliminate hundreds of trees and the habitat for hundreds of animals.
Department of Public Works Public Affairs Manager Kerr John Lee says the county also cares about the local environment and wants to keep the area from flooding. He says residents' concerns are understandable.
Concerns about impact to habitat are absolutely valid, and we value habitat. We value the wildlife that's there as well. The situation we're in right now is that there is sediment from the station fire that has filled the reservoir, and it limits our ability to provide that flood protection service to residents downstream.
There's only one area downstream that is in any danger of flooding. That's around Highland Park. Many people are suggesting it would be cheaper to simply reinforce the flood channel down there for a few $1 million and save the 80 to 100 million that they are proposing to use up here.
The city of Pasadena seems to have taken the side of residents like Crystal Balvin and her organization Friends of Cajamonga. Council members have voted to send a letter expressing their concerns about the project. Lee says local residents can learn more about the project by visiting reservoir cleanouts at dpw.lacounty.gov.
Our hope is that they'll learn more about what the needs are, what some of the risks are to downstream communities, and the benefits of being able to capture additional water for water supply, and help us come to a decision that's healthy for everyone concerned.
Let's not get rid of Cajamonga Watershed Park. Let's make it more beautiful by working cooperatively together.
County officials are inviting the public to voice their opinion about the project. Just log on to lasedimentmanagement.com before January 6th. For CCN Sunrise, this is Erica Ruiz. Back to you.
And you guys, they have more concerns as well. They also are concerned with the air and traffic pollution in that area from the trucks that are coming in.
And how will residents be able to voice their concerns on this?
Well, they can go to the Public Works website, and they also can go to city council meetings to vocalize their concerns.
And they have just about a week to do that, right?
They do. They actually have until January 6th to get their voice out and let them know what they're concerned about.
All right. Perfect.
Thanks for
Thank you
that,
very much.
Angela. Of course. Well, visitors driving around Pasadena will quickly note the unique bungalow-style homes. Pasadena is known for its arts and style craft architecture. The Gamble House, a National Historic Landmark built by famed architects Green and Green, is one of the best preserved examples of this style. Last week, I got a Behind the Velvet Ropes tour by curator Ann Malik and wanted you to see inside. Take a look. Well, we're really excited because most normal tours that you have in here basically stop at this spot.
That's right.
But we are going to get access behind the velvet rope here. So I'm really excited about this.
Great.
That we're going to be moving a little farther into the room than most people do. And that's the view we're going to give you.
Okay, let's go behind the rope.
Yay! A lot of people might not notice if they're behind the velvet rope on the other side is some of the smaller pieces. Now, you had mentioned this letterbox here. Can you tell us about this? Because it's just gorgeous.
So the Gambles obviously felt the need for this very specific piece, and I can only imagine the conversations between Mary Gamble and Charles Green.
I need somewhere to write. Where can I do this? Now we're behind the scenes in the kitchen area, and this is where all the servants were, kind of putting all the meals together. Mm-hmm. What can you tell us about this area?
Wood is an indicator of where you are in this house.
Your place.
Yes, that's right, exactly. So whether you're upstairs or downstairs, here we're dealing with maple primarily, maple subfloor, maple cabinetry, sugar pine countertops, and very easily cleaned surfaces.
I want to know, what were they cooking in here? What were the kinds of foods they might have been eating?
Mary Gamble did keep her own little cookbook, so she obviously was speaking with the cook. Cooking wasn't unknown to her. She could, make an egg or something like that. She writes to her son about making rice and so forth.
Did they use a lot of spices, or?
Not so much. It tends to be a little bit on the bland side.
Right. I'd probably pour my hot sauce on it then, huh?
Yeah, you might want to. And I would probably avoid Mary's recipe for baked bananas. I don't know if it's so much to today's taste.
Now we are in a downstairs bedroom, and you really feel the difference because it's so much lighter and, it's so much brighter than the rest of the house. What was that? Was that something that they consciously wanted to do with the bedrooms?
This was a space that you were supposed to feel comfortable in. You're going to sleep in here, All
right, tell me, and honestly, sometimes when you get a little tired, do you, hop on the bed, take a little nap?
Oh, well, I suppose it's tempting, but I'll tell you, I never have.
Well, and I want to thank you so much for giving us a little bit of the behind the scenes, behind the velvet rope tour here, things that not everyone gets to see.
It's been great, Sunita. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, Paulo, anyone who's been through a house build or any kind of reconstruction will be floored by this fact. All of the house and the furnishings with all their details were built in 10 months.
10 months.
10 months. Can you believe that?
That's unbelievable. Looking at that, I was saying to myself, it looks like she kind of went back in time there, which is kind of cool because I don't know if you know this, but the exteriors for the Gamble house were used for the exteriors Doc Brown's house in Back to the Future. Personal favorite of mine.
Paulo, only you know all of this stuff. You're my walking wiki.
Yeah, I like to read. What can I
say? You know it all.
All right, when we come back, the Rose Bowl is going to be hosting 2 major college football games, one of which is the BCS championship game. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm TK Trinidad, and this is Larry Pena, Manager of Corporate Safety for Southern California Edison. So with the holidays right around the corner, what tips do you have for customers dealing with cords?
Well, with regard to cords, always take a good inspection. You want to make sure that you don't use cords that can cause you injury. Take a look for anything that's frayed or any missing insulation. If you notice it's gone or it's ever questionable, get rid of it immediately. And if you're ever using these around trees, especially if they're around power poles, don't ever be tempted to throw any type of Christmas decoration or extension cords up and around your trees. It's very dangerous.
And then also one question about that, duct tape is not a good idea either.
Duct tape is not a good idea. It's great for a lot of great things, but not necessarily electrical.
And now as far as lighting, what do you have for our customers?
Well, with lighting, it's always tempting to use these devices because you can plug so many things into them. The problem is that they're really not rated for this type of use. And what it's going to do, it's going to cause an overload of your circuits and potentially cause a fire or worse. So never do that. And if you're using extension cords and you notice it has a 3-prong cord, make sure that it's not cut off. These are designed for your protection. Sometimes people are tempted to cut off this part of the cord because it's easier to use in some of the older homes and businesses.
And then as far as lighting the Christmas trees, and how should we put up lights?
Well, we always say never ever use a staple gun directly onto your Christmas decorations. The reason for that is that it can compromise the insulation, or it can actually cause fraying, and we don't want anybody to be injured. We don't want to have an electrical short. What we recommend is to use a zip tie. Use the zip tie to actually create that connection to whatever it is that you're going to be affixing your decorations to, and then staple the zip tie portion to maybe your home or whatever it is that you're trying to decorate. This prevents it from actually causing an abrasion or a short circuit, which could lead to an accidental shock or worse.
Now, as far as putting lights up on posts outside or outdoor lighting, what are your suggestions?
Well, first of all, we always say never ever affix anything to a utility pole. And if you have to use outdoor lighting, there are some great devices out there on the market that enable you to actually install your decoration without using zip ties, without using staples or nails. These are designed so that they can be easily inserted into themselves, and then you can just clip them on to your eaves. They're designed for both the larger as well as the smaller bulbs. And they're very, very handy and easy to install.
And then putting lights on the electrical posts outside, is that a no-no or?
That's a no-no. Never do that, because what you can do is you can cause a problem not only for yourself, but you can cause a problem for those individuals that have to perform maintenance on those poles. We want to ensure both public and employee safety as well.
Any final tips for holiday safety?
Anytime you're going to use anything that's electrical, make sure that it's UL listed. UL stands for Underwriter Laboratory, and they are an independent lab that ensures consumer product safety. And if you have to use a ladder, make sure that you have somebody there to hold on to it for you. Never use a metallic ladder. We always recommend either a fiberglass or a wooden ladder, and that'll keep you safe from electrical shock.
Any candle tips?
Candles, they look beautiful when they're unlit, but people are tempted to use them in decorations. Christmas trees today, as well as other types of decorations, can be very flammable. So never use lit candles in any of your decorations.
Well, there you have it, holiday safety tips. I'm TK Trinidad, and this is Larry Pena.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.